Hello and welcome back to revise GCSE history.co.uk. This is the third video in the topic medieval medicine, and in this video today we're going to be looking at the natural beliefs and treatments of people in the medieval period. So the theory of the four humours. This was invented by Aristotle. If we remember, Aristotle in Greece. So the theory of the four humours was developed by Aristotle in, I've made a mistake there, in ancient Greece. Medieval doctors believed that illness was caused by an imbalance of the body's humours, and if we remember, the body's humours are blood, phlegm, yellow bile and black bile. The theory was developed into a more complex system based on the position of the stars and planets, and when we're talking about the position of the stars and planets, we're talking about supernatural or superstitious beliefs, and we will come on to supernatural beliefs and treatments in the next video. So the theory became more complex. Although dissection was permitted and was carried out in medical schools, findings were often interpreted in line with Aristotle's theory of the four humours. However, some later doctors began to start challenging traditional understandings. So, in medieval times, the theory of the four humours lived on. It became more complex based on the position of stars and planets, and human dissection was even interpreted in line with the theory of the four humours, and some doctors actually began to challenge traditional understandings later, but they were not successful. So, new developments in medicine. More medical schools sprang up and human dissection was allowed. There were some doubts about classic texts. New techniques included diagnosis by urine sample. This is a good aid to diagnosis, and it's still done today. If you become ill today, a doctor may ask for your urine sample and check it, and this was first done in the Middle Ages, so it's a good aid to diagnosis. Doctors examine the taste and colour of a patient's urine to diagnose their illness. Luckily, doctors don't rely on the taste of a patient's urine today, they just examine colour and test it for other things. I don't really know what they test it for. So here is actually a urine chart from the Middle Ages. This is what doctors would use to diagnose a patient's illness. As you can see, there's all different colour urine, and I think around the edge there are some words used to describe the taste of the patient's urine. So that's a urine chart that they would use, that doctors would use to diagnose a patient's illness and examine their urine. So that's a urine chart. Trained doctors were actually very expensive, and medical care amongst most was provided by monasteries and housewife physicians, and these used traditional cures and their experience to heal their patients. So that's all the knowledge that we need to cover for the video today. Here's just 4 quick questions based on the content of this video today. So you may wish to pause the video at this position and scribble down a few answers to these questions. If not, carry on watching the video and we'll do them together. How did the traditional theory of the four humours develop into a more complex system? So they considered the position of the stars and planets. Sorry, just do that again. Sorry. What was it about human dissection that meant medical progress was limited? We just spoke about this. Findings were interpreted in line with the theory of four humours So no new progress was made because they just thought, oh, that's because of the theory of the four humours. What new technique was developed to diagnose a patient? Diagnosis by urine sample. They would examine the taste and colour of a patient's urine. And finally, question 4, medical care amongst most was provided by, there's two things here, times 2, monasteries and housewife physicians. Housewife physicians were untrained doctors who just used common sense and traditional cures to heal their patients. And it's also worth mentioning at this point, just a bit of a key point there, women were not allowed to become doctors in the Middle Ages, so the only women healers were really housewife physicians. Alright, so there's answers to the quick 4 quiz questions. Thank you for watching this video today. I do hope you found it useful in your GCSE history revision. Thanks very much, see you soon.